The only negative thing anybody ever said about Kwame Brown is that he couldn't play a lick of basketball.
Yeah, what up? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Make sure you smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and drop your boy a comment. So like this video right now if you watched the Stephen A. Smith response to Kwame Brown. I think it was a big fat flop. Last time I looked at it, it had 11,000 dislikes. 11,000 dislikes. You know what I'm saying? That's a horrible analytic. But as we all know, any likes or any dislikes help move your video around in the algorithm. Now, this came from ESPN on YouTube. All right. And I think they also played it on ESPN Plus. Stephen A. Smith is absolutely good for nothing, and he did exactly what Kwame Brown said he would do. In addition to that, this dude told a horrendous amount of lies. All right, like Stephen A. just basically pointed out how absurd he himself is, and basically made a bunch of unnecessary points that are things that Kwame never brought up. You know what I mean? So we're actually going to look at a little bit of the video. And since Stephen A. thought it was such a good idea to put together a highlight reel of Kwame Brown, well, we put together a little highlight reel of Stephen A. All right. So let's actually get into a little bit of this video, shall we? So here it is. And look at this. As of right now, this video now has 13,000 dislikes. And as you can see, it's gotten 2,000 more dislikes. And the 19,000 likes hasn't moved. So that just pretty much shows, you know, Stephen A. pretty much wrecked himself on this. But let's actually listen and see what's popping, shall we?
Under most normal circumstances, I have considerably better things to do with my time. But Kwame Brown wanted my attention. Well, you got it now.
Actually, Kwame Brown never wanted your attention, and you gave him your attention for 20 years, building your career off of dragging him, which is what you do because you have no other talent than to drag black men for white media. That's literally all you do. They provided you with a $1 million setup that you have no idea how to even turn on for this little Maestro show tonight. So just in case you were misinformed.
I didn't want to have to do this, but he made me.
He said he didn't want to have to do this, but he made him. No, actually ESPN made you, and you actually made your career and your millions off of doing this to people other than just Kwame Brown.
Look, I don't have a single negative thing to say about Kwame Brown, the person. Nothing personal. Never have. And no one out here has been attacking him personally either.
You made an attack on him personally when you constantly criticized his game to a point where it could be borderline harassment without ever calling him for an interview, without ever bringing him on the show, without ever talking about him or talking to him about him. You never did any of that because you are a coward. You are a cuck for ESPN. And you want to sit there and act like a little victim in a punk-ass Poindexter suit, like you're defending yourself. No, you're getting beat up. That's what's going on.
That includes Gilbert Arenas, who did not attack him personally.
Gilbert Arenas lied on him. Gilbert Arenas made up an event and said that he saw him at a wrestling event and Kwame shunned him. That was a personal attack because he's not only saying Kwame's arrogant, but he's saying that Kwame is, a liar because Kwame said that never took place. So that had nothing to do with basketball. That was a personal attack. And again, that's something that Gilbert Arenas never confronted Kwame about.
It includes Steven Jackson, who did not attack him personally.
Steven Jackson said that he had some people that were ready to touch Kwame Brown, and being part of the Go Along Get Along gang, probably it was in reference to some bussy, especially seeing how Steven Jackson then decided to do his apology with his blue silk blouse on and his feet up. So that probably had to do with some bussy. But yeah, Steven Jackson made some threats. So, okay, next.
It includes Matt Barnes, who he really got personal about.
Matt Barnes pretty much said, we can fight. So Kwame roasted him. Still don't see a problem. I see a lot of black people who have said just how brilliant and amazing this response was. And I've watched this a few times and I didn't see anything brilliant or amazing about it other than the fact how Kwame Brown actually predicted everything Stephen A would do. I don't understand. But some people just, I don't know. I don't know what they do.
And Matt Barnes never said a word.
Matt Barnes never said a word, but he was on the All the Smoke podcast, literally saying words. Okay.
It doesn't include Charlemagne the God either.
Charlemagne the God brought up this man's father, who was unrelated. That doesn't have anything to do with basketball. He brought up this man's brother. That doesn't have anything to do with basketball. Then Kwame Brown brought up stuff about Charlemagne the God's past, like we're about to do with you. What's the problem?
Nor Dr. Boyce Watkins. He didn't.
Now, the Dr. Boyce Watkins thing, I don't really know too much about what happened there. I don't know. And I can't speak on that. I don't know. But I do know that Dr. Boyce Watkins did kind of tweet, some things implying that it may have been a miscommunication, and I think he would probably be interested in actually having a sit-down conversation with Kwame, not a hostile one. That's what I got from the tweets that I read. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly what Dr. Boyce Watkins said, but I think that might have been him just kind of getting caught up in the adrenaline crossfire. So I don't know. Again,
He didn't say anything bad about Kwame either. Nor did Michael Wilbon deserve Kwame Brown coming at him. But Kwame Brown's been getting personal with everybody these days, talking a whole bunch of smack, saying we don't support black men.
You don't support black men. You don't support black women either. Stephen A. Smith was once sued by a group of Little League parents. This Little League team at one point is a baseball team. They were stripped of their title. And wait until you see what Stephen A. decided to say about these kids. First all African-American team to win the championship, and this is how you did it. Just disgraceful, Smith said, according to a video on USA Today's high school sports site. Thank God the kids really had nothing to do with this. They're victims in all of this just as much as anybody else. A bunch of adults and parents who knew better. Parents who knew better decided to do this. Pox on all of their houses. They should be ashamed of themselves. Very interesting because Stephen A. at this time, this was just a suit. So there was no verdict, And then it's just very weird. Very interesting how he came out to just slam this all-black Little League team because he just knew that they were guilty before there was any investigation done. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Then Stephen A. Smith says some weird shit on Snoop Dogg's show. Talking about he's a bottom feeder. I know I'm associated with Walt Disney, but everyone knows I'm a bottom feeder, added Smith, who has been a guest on the show previously and has had Snoop on his show, which I find interesting. Very interesting, because he's part of that Go Along, Get Along gang. And if you guys know anything about Charlemagne, you know, he had that incident where he was sniffing the chair that J-Lo was seated in. So, I mean, Stephen A., just he has a questionable ethic about him. A little scoundrel, a little rat-faced weasel. You know what I mean? Then he made the comment about these women getting beat. Let's make sure we don't do anything to provoke wrong actions. While the sports anchor did say, "We know you have no business putting your hands on a woman," he also cautioned women, saying, "Let's make sure we don't do anything to provoke the wrong actions." I wonder if you got a daughter, Stephen A. I hope not. I hope she ain't nothing like you, if you do. You know what I'm saying?
Really? Really? Please. The only negative thing anybody ever said about Kwame Brown is that he couldn't play a lick of basketball. No.
That's the only thing anybody said. That's literally the only thing that anybody ever said, Stephen A. Man, you roasted yourself in your own response. That's why that shit got 13,000 dislikes, because it was garbage. That shit was hot garbage. And it belongs in a trash can next to the one you belong in. I got Kwame with the win. Let me know what you guys think. And Kwame ain't even went live yet. So I will catch you all on the next video. All right? Peace.